Hi students, in the previous video we have discussed about the definitions of acids, bases and salts. Then we have discussed about indicators and also the types of indicators. After that we have discussed about the types of acids. Today in this video we are discussing about physical and as well as chemical properties of acids. First I am discussing about physical properties of acids. Then later we'll discuss about the chemical properties of acids. As we have already studied in the definition of acid, acids are those which are consisting of high concentration of hydrogen or hydronium ions, which is the first property of acid. Acids are sour in the taste. Third property is acids acts as electrolytes in the solution. Electrolytes, you have already studied about electrolytes in the previous classes. Electrolytes are the substances which conduct electricity in the aqueous state or else in the molten state. The last property is acids corrodes the metals. Now we will discuss the chemical properties of acids. The first property is reaction of acids with metals. When acid reacts with metals, they always produces salt and hydrogen gas. Now we will try to understand this property by conducting an activity. This activity is given as activity 2.3 in your reader. The components which are required to conduct this activity are test tube, delivery tube and a bowl. The chemical substances required are dilute sulfuric acid, zinc granules and soap solution. Now take small amount of dilute sulfuric acid in a test tube. Add small amount of zinc granules and close the test tube with a cork. Dip one end of the delivery tube into the test tube and other end is dipped into the bowl consisting of soap solution. Due to the reaction between sulfuric acid and zinc metal, the hydrogen gas starts to liberate. This hydrogen gas passes through the delivery tube and then enters into the soap solution. As it enters into the soap solution, it starts to form the bubbles. As we all know, whenever air is blown into the soap solution, that forms the bubbles. Similar to that, the hydrogen gas entered into the soap solution also forms the bubbles. We have to identify whether the bubbles are formed by hydrogen gas or any other gas. This can be done by taking a candle nearer to the bubbles. When these bubbles burns with the pop sound, then the liberated gas is hydrogen gas. Because the bubbles formed by any other gas other than the hydrogen does not produces the pop sound when they are burnt. By this activity, we can conclude that the liberated gas when metals reacts with the acids is hydrogen gas. Here, you have to note a point that all the metals does not react with an acid. Here, look at the above image. The elements which are present above the hydrogen gas are readily reacting with acid, but the elements which are present below the hydrogen gas are very less reactive, hence they does not react with an acid. The second property is reaction of acid with metal oxide. When acid reacts with the metal oxide, which forms salt and water. Here I have considered an example. When hydrochloric acid reacts with copper oxide CuO, it converts into copper chloride CuCl2 and water. Here note a point that acids never reacts with the non-metallic oxides because the non-metallic oxides themselves are acting as acid. The third property is reaction of acid with the base. Acid reacts with the bases to form salt and water. Consider an example. When hydrochloric acid reacts with sodium hydroxide NaOH, it forms a salt NaCl and water. Whenever acids reacts with the base, they neutralizes each other's effect. Since they neutralizes each other's effect, this reaction is known as neutralization reaction. The last property of acid is the reaction of acid with metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates. Whenever acid reacts with a metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate, they produces salt, water and carbon dioxide. Here in the example, hydrochloric acid reacting with sodium carbonate Na2CO3 to form a salt NaCl and water and also carbon dioxide. When the same HCl is reacting with sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate, then it forms the salt NaCl, water and carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide formed due to the reaction between acids and metal carbonates is passed through the lime water. When carbon dioxide passes through the lime water, it forms a white precipitation and solution becomes milky. This reaction is known as precipitation reaction. Here, the precipitate is nothing but a white insoluble substance which is formed in the solution and it always settles at the bottom of the test tube. When excess of carbon dioxide is passed through the lime water, it forms calcium hydrogen carbonate. The white precipitate which is formed during the previous reaction is dissolved here and the solution becomes clear. Here I have summarized all the chemical properties of acids. This is very much helpful for you to remember all the concepts related to chemical properties of acids. When acid reacts with the metal, it forms salt and hydrogen gas. Acid reacts with metal oxide to form salt and water. Acid reacts with the base to form salt and water. Similarly, acid reacts with metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate to form salt, water and carbon dioxide. Here I keep full stop for the concepts of acids. In the upcoming videos, we will discuss about bases and salts. Thanks for watching.